Special thanks to Kyvor, Mary McDowell, P, Some Great Turnabout, The Reaver, Elkon, Yenners, Jorgen, and Starstrucks.
Thank you very much for bringing me home, Mr. Nick.
You're welcome. I had to come and look into a few things here today anyway.
I thought about this a little. If Mystic Maya didn't kill that nice man...
She definitely didn't.
Yes, of course. But if she didn't, then someone else did, right? That murderer person.
Yes, Pearls.
Oh, I see.
I wonder what's wrong. She seems sad.
So, what did you think of seeing your first trial?
I was really surprised. I had never seen so many people before. And Mystic Maya looked so small and helpless.
Well, Maya's already naturally short, so...
And then, that snobby woman with the ruffly clothes!
Roughly? Oh, she means Franziska.
She had such a bad attitude! She acted like she had already decided that Mystic Maya did it! I'm going to tell her what I think of her tomorrow!
I wouldn't miss tomorrow's trial for the world.
Why was that woman bullying Mystic Maya?
Well, she's the opposite of a lawyer, a prosecutor. So her job is to prove people guilty. They don't care if someone's innocent. All they care about is if they win.
That's terrible! But she's a really good prosecutor with a heart on the inside, right?
There's no one like that. All prosecutors are the same. Well, he might have become a good guy eventually.
He? Who are you talking about, Mr. Nick? Is it that person Mystic Maya was talking about? Mr. Edgeworth?
That was a long time ago. He's not around anymore.
Huh?
He clutched onto his foolish pride too fiercely. And died for it.
Oh. That's too bad.
By the way...
Yes? What is it?
You wouldn't happen to know anything about who the murderer is, would you?
Why are you asking me? I didn't see anything.
She didn't see anything, huh? Speaking of that, during the murder, where was Pearls? And what was she doing? And on top of that, this key. Just when did she pick this key up?
I just realized that I never asked you what you were doing at the time of the crime. Pearls, where were you, and what were you doing when the murder happened?
What I was doing? I wasn't doing anything.
She's really bad at lying.
You can whisper it to me. I won't tell anyone else, I promise.
I guess you can see through my lie. Huh.
Yeah, clearly.
I can't lie to you, can I, Mr. Nick?
You really won't tell me what you were doing at the time of the murder?
I'm sorry.
I have no way of proving where she was or what she was doing yet. But I might be able to coax it out of her later. In the meantime, maybe she'll tell me about something else.
What about this key, Pearls? You found it on the day of the murder, right?
Yes.
Now, where you found this key is very important. So, please tell me, Pearl, where did you find this?
I found it in the incinerator.
The incinerator?
Is she talking about the one in the garden?
The door in it was a little open, so I took a peek.
When was that?
It was after the channeling, when everyone was in a panic. Mr. Nick?
Yes?
Are you going to tell my mother?
Huh? You mean tell Morgan what you did?
Yes. If she finds out that I was playing in the leftover trash, I'll get a spanking.
Ah, gotcha. Well, let's keep it a secret from her then, all right?
The incinerator, huh? Sounds like a good place to search next. Hey, there's someone by the incinerator. Oh, looks like they've noticed me.
Oh, hey! you're that dentist guy.
Actually, it's Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Nice to see you again.
Oh, like, real suave. So, it's, like, my turn. It's nice to see you, too.
So, what's up? You're all out of breath.
Like, Like, you mean, like, I'm just totally happy and, like, totally excited to be here. Like, I mean, there are so many things to, like, see. It's, like, the real deal here.
Oh, really? For example?
For example, like that urn over there. Do you, like, know about it?
All I see is an old, cracked piece of pottery. Is there some sort of legend connected to that urn?
Like, yeah. It's like this village's treasure.
Huh. Didn't know that.
And, like, it's sealed inside that urn.
It's... What are you talking about?
Like, you know, Ami Fey's spirit.
Ami... Fey? Who's that?
Like, geez, Mr. Smith, get with the program. Everyone knows the lady that founded the Kurain channeling technique was Mystic Ami. So, like, as long as her spirit, like, lives in that urn, the spiritual power of the Fey family will stick around. Like, isn't that totally romantic?
So there's a spirit in this old cracked piece of pottery, huh? All I see is a bunch of cracks. But I guess maybe the spirit could live in the space between the cracks. Oh, there's something written on it. I am? Huh? I am. Weird. But not exactly pertinent.
Ini, I want to ask you about the murder.
Murder?
Dr. Gray's murder, remember?
As if there's another one.
Oh, that one. Like, you should have said so in the first place. So, like, I totally don't know anything, because I was, like, sleeping in the side room.
Well, that's not much help. Did you notice anything at all?
Like, come on. What a total bore. I, like, totally have nothing to do with this, like, murder thing.
Oh yeah. You only introduced Dr. Gray to the Kurain Village. No relation, sure. Even if you were only acquaintances. That still means you knew him. Furthermore, your sister, who died in that accident, was a nurse at his clinic.
All right, then. Would you mind telling me about your sister's fatal accident?
Like, why? You think, like, it's got something to, like, do with the murder?
I don't know yet, but I'm trying to chase down every lead I have.
A pair of cyclops!
Like, what is it?
I'm going to need something to pry her mouth open on this one. I better wait and do my homework before I start leaning on her too hard, though.
Oh, nothing. I guess you're right. If you'll excuse me, I've still got a lot of things to look into today.
Oh, like, sure. See you later, Mr. Smith.
Ugh, why do I even bother sometimes? What was I even here for? Oh, that's right. Pearl said she found this key inside the incinerator. I guess I should take a look inside for myself. This is from an acolyte's robe, and there's blood on it. A tiny bit, but still. I bet this is for Maya's outfit. So she did leave the channeling chamber, or at the very least, someone did. I better check out the crime scene again.
Looks like Morgan's here too, but she hasn't noticed me yet. What is she doing? She looks like she's talking to a picture.
Don't you see? Take a look around. Finally, my chance has come. I've waited for this day for so long. That's right. Prepare yourself, dear Misty.
What in the...
Who's there? Oh, if it isn't Mr. Wright.
Just curious, but that picture you were just looking at?
Oh, today was that event, was it not, good sir? I hear you did well.
Huh? Oh, yes, thank you.
I am terribly sorry that I could not attend the trial today. Please accept my apology. I had a previous engagement, as I had to watch over the trainees' training today.
I get the sense she really doesn't want to talk about the picture.
All because the master can't be here with us, you understand. And that is why a lowly branch family member such as myself must do this.
Have you remembered something about the murder?
No, I told you everything I know already.
Were you in this room the whole time when Lotta and I went to call the police?
Yes, of course. I was by Mystic Maya's side the entire time. I performed the spirit severing technique and held her in my arms afterwards.
You said that yesterday as well. Did anything else happen?
I would like to say more did. However, that is all that occurred.
I was really hoping for some new info.
I suppose nothing happened in the end, good sir. Sorry to have played on your hopes.
Why do I feel like I was just made fun of in the worst way possible?
So, do the students train every day?
Yes, absolutely. They were given a day off after the murder, of course, however.
And I assume both Maya and Pearls went through this training.
Mr. Wright!
Yes! Yes!
Wow, she got real scary real fast.
How many times must I tell you before you understand, good sir? They are to be addressed as Mystic Maya and Mystic Pearl.
Sorry, I meant Mystic Maya and Mystic Pearl. Wait, I'm sorry. Mystic Pearl, isn't that going a bit too far?
Next question, please.
Man, she's really being a pain in the butt about this.
Please remember to watch not only what you say, but how you say it, good sir.
So the Master is Mystic Maya's mother, right?
Mystic Misty. She is a brilliant medium.
And where is she now?
We are not sure.
Not sure.
About 16 or 17 years ago, Mystic Misty failed at channeling a certain spirit, and after that she simply disappeared. I don't believe she will return to this village in any case. And in 4 years' time, her name will be forever erased from this village.
Erased?
By our standards, a person who has been away from the village for over 20 years is considered dead. And that is 4 years from now for her. When that happens, a new master will be appointed for Kurain Village.
And...
Mystic Maya was supposed to become the next master. However, with this murder, I'm afraid...
I must be imagining things, because I thought she was laughing to herself for a second there.
Excuse me, Mr. Wright, but I've got a fair bit of preparation to finish before the next set of classes, and... to be frank, I cannot allow you to be in here during the process.
Get the hint and take a hike, huh? Fine. I don't want her breathing down my neck while I'm investigating anyway.
I'll be on my way then.
Thank you, sir.
Now where am I going to get more information? I guess I could call the detention center. Maybe Maya remembered something important?
Maya Fey, you have a phone call.
Hello?
Maya, it's me.
Hey, Nick. I've been waiting.
She sounds so helpless.
So? How was it? What did you find out?
Well, I found a few things.
My eyes are tearing up, Nick. Don't make me cry.
I just need a little more time. It'll all come together by tomorrow, I promise. But what did you think? About today's trial, I mean.
You were fantastic, Nick! Every time I thought our goose was cooked, you managed to turn it all around! I bet it would make a great Hollywood movie.
Don't be silly. We have to concentrate on the trial. We're going to win this, Maya.
Thanks a lot. Really. Hey, Nick. The person who shot Dr. Gray wasn't me, was it?
Of course not. You're completely innocent.
If that were true, then I'd be really happy, but there wasn't anyone else in that room with the two of us, right?
Well, did you check behind the folding screen?
I took a quick glance, but there wasn't anyone there.
That's exactly what Lotta said too.
Nick, why do you believe in me? Why do you think I didn't kill Dr. Gray?
Because of something Mia told me.
My sis? What did she tell you?
She said that spirit mediums can't have dreams. When you're channeling, it's impossible for you to dream because your soul leaves you.
Now that you mention it... Wait, then I really am...
You are not the real murderer. I think maybe before you even called the spirit, you were drugged.
Drugged?
I think this was planned from the very beginning. And you were set up to take the blame for killing Dr. Gray.
That's...
We'll have to put that on the back burner until more evidence surfaces. In the meantime, I want to ask you something about Pearls.
Pearly? What about her?
No matter what I try, she won't answer me. I want to know what she was doing at the time of the murder.
Wait! Nick! You don't think she did it, do you?
No, nothing like that.
She'd never do anything like that, you hear me? Never! She's a great kid, and really cute, and really great, and cute!
I really and truly don't think she's the murderer. But she's definitely hiding something from me, Maya. You were with her on that day, right?
Yeah, the two of us. We were playing with her ball.
A ball, huh?
Sounds like a dead end to me.
It's nothing really special, just a plain old ball. I think she was still playing with it when I started the channeling job that day. Pearly really loves to play with that ball. When she wants to get it, she always climbs right into the clothing box.
The clothing box?
Yeah, Pearly's always hiding in there. You know the side room? There's a clothing box in there. It's really big, so once you see it, I'm sure you'll know what I'm talking about.
The clothing box in the side room, huh? It's not much to go on, but at least it's more than I had.
All right then. I'm going to do a little more investigating around here today. When I'm done, I'll come see you in person.
Oh, okay, Nick. See you soon. I hope. Bye.
Hey, wait, please, Lotta!
She ran off into the manor.
Lotta!
No!
Stop, please!
I'm telling you, quit following me, you hear? I'm a worthless piece of trash. You'll lay eyes on me and they'll turn to dust.
Man, she's fast.
I'm pretty sure I saw Lotta run in this direction, but it doesn't look like she's here. Huh? It's Pearl's ball. Maya said it's always kept in the clothing box. So then, what is it doing on the floor? And I wonder what's inside the box. Ah! What? What were you doing in there? What were you thinking?
I'm a bad person, just another piece of human trash. I needed a hole to crawl into. Now leave me alone.
So you crawled into this clothing box because there wasn't a hole to crawl into? Oh, man.
Wait a minute. There's a small hole in the clothing box, and it's about 8 inches off the ground. That's the same height as the hole in the folding screen. Does that mean?
Was this box at the crime scene too? First the key, then the torn piece of robe with blood on it, and now this! It can't be a coincidence! If Pearl keeps her ball in this box, maybe she knows if it was moved the day of the murder. I've got to find her.
Oh, Mr. Nick! That person ran by here just now. The person with the fluffy cotton candy hair.
She must mean Lotta.
She said, "Don't look at me with them eyes." But I'm not that scary, am I?
I don't think that's quite what she meant.
Oh, that's right. She also wanted me to tell you that she was going on a trip to find myself. So don't you bother finding me.
Oh. Well, thanks.
You're welcome.
Pearl, you have to tell me what you were doing when the murder happened now, okay?
But what if I can't just tell you what happened?
Then I'll guess what happened. How does that sound?
You can do that?
You'll tell me if I guess something right, won't you?
Yes.
Now, when the murder was taking place, you were in the Winding Way, weren't you?
Wow! You got it!
So, do you think you can tell me now?
I'm sorry. Not yet.
Alright then, what next? Okay, I think I know what you were doing there.
Do you really know that much?
Well, I am a lawyer, you know. You were playing with your favorite ball, right?
That's right! How? How did you know?
Maya told me that you love to play with your ball.
Yeah. I was playing with my ball.
Uh-huh, and then? Something happened, huh? Something really bad?
What do you mean, something? Nothing happened!
That urn. It's a village treasure, right? And the spirit of the founder of the Kurain technique is sealed in here, isn't it?
Yes.
What's this? It's cracked all over, isn't it? There's even a few gaps here and there.
Please don't tease me.
Pearl, you broke the sacred urn, didn't you? The ball smacked into it and knocked it over, right? And if Morgan found out, she'd get really mad, huh? She doesn't seem to be fighting back. I think I hit the bullseye this time. But the lock hasn't broken yet.
It's a really old urn, isn't it? It's so old, so it's not that weird to have a few cracks.
Pearl, who started the Kurain channeling technique?
It was Mystic Ami.
That's right. And how do you spell her name? Do you know?
How do I spell her name? I don't know.
It's spelled A-M-I. I thought it was a little odd when I saw I am written on this urn. And that's how I knew that someone must have broken this urn and made a mistake in spelling when they put it back together again.
You're right, Mr. Nick. Around when Mystic Maya started channeling on that day, I was playing in the Winding Way with my ball.
And that's when you broke the urn.
Yes, I broke it. I accidentally let Mystic Ami's spirit fly away.
Don't worry. Morgan will never know, okay?
I'm a bad child. Breaking a village treasure is unforgivable. I thought that maybe they would make me leave the village, but the broken pieces were pretty big, so...
You thought you could put it back together and no one would notice.
Yes. I found some glue and brought it to the hallway, and fixed the urn there.
The hallway? You mean the Winding Way?
Yes. The channeling had already started, so I didn't think anyone would walk by.
I see. So how long did it take you? It must have been a nasty repair job.
Yes. I might be strong at spiritual things, but when it comes to arts and crafts, I'm not nearly as skilled. When I had finished fixing the urn and looked up, I saw you coming into the manor.
So that's around when Lotta and I were coming back inside after reporting the murder.
When I saw that, I packed everything up in a hurry. Mr. Nick?
What is it, Pearls?
I'm going to get banished, aren't I?
I really don't think that's going to happen. I mean, I bet Mystic Ami's happy to be free from that cramped urn.
Yeah, I hope so.
No harm done and a happy resolution. Phew. But I guess that means nobody came out to the side room. So how did all that stuff end up out here? It had to have been in the channeling chamber, right? It's not doing me any good to keep going over the same places over and over again. I might as well go see Maya in person. The least I can do is try to cheer her up. I think I found everything I can, but I just can't see how they all add up.
Hey.
And is Ini Miney being here just a coincidence?
Hey, mister.
How is it that the spirit Dr. Gray wanted to call just happened to be that nurse? And that nurse turns out to be Ini's sister. It's too... convenient.
Hey, Phoenix. I'm talking to you.
I wish I knew a little more about Ini, but where am I going to find info like that?
I get it. You can't be bothered to look over at trash like me. Is that it, Mr. High and Mighty?
Lotta!
Oh, so you finally noticed.
I thought I heard mosquitoes buzzing in my ear, although I couldn't understand a word.
Well, I gotta hand it to you. You sure know how to chase down garbage. I mean, I'm grateful to you for chasing this large lump of one around like this.
Thanks?
But you know, you're just wasting your time. I'll be fine on my own.
What are you going on about? As for following or chasing or whatever it is, isn't that what you're doing?
Oh, well, you see, you're not exactly a real gentleman with a lady's heart, are you?
You're not exactly the world's #1 charmer either, sister.
Look, I'm really dang sorry about today. When I get all fired up about something, it's impossible to stop me.
You hurt Maya really badly, Lotta.
I don't suppose you could forgive a gal like me?
I'm not done. And to think we trusted you, Lotta. And what do? You stab us in the back. You stressed us all out and even gave Maya a few strands of white hair. Now I'm going to pray that she makes it, or she may come back as a ghost.
It's enough! You can stop right there. Look, I'll tell you everything I know. Everything. I'll spill it all.
Everything?
Yeah, you got it. Everything. But, well, actually, tell you what, I'll even do it for free.
You were expecting me to pay you after what you did to us?
I might even have a good lead on who the killer was.
So if Maya is not the real murderer, then who do you think it is, Lotta?
Well, heck, ain't it obvious? It's that occult freak.
You mean Ini Miney?
Well, there ain't anyone else that could be, right? That granny, you and me, we were all together the whole time.
So Lotta suspects Ini, which means she might have already found some info about our mysterious occultist.
You know, actually, I did a little checking up on her the other day. Her sister, she's the one that Dr. Gray wanted to call back from the spirit world.
Yeah, I heard as much. I had also heard that Ini was the one to introduce Dr. Gray to the Kurain Village.
You don't say. Well, that's one sneaky gal if you ask me. Hey, you want me to tell you more about her?
If you wouldn't mind.
It'll cost you. And it'll cost you a lot.
Oh, silly me. Here I thought free meant no money necessary.
I'm kidding! God! Anyway, word is, that girl was hospitalized about half a year ago.
Hospitalized? Why?
Well, heck, you can go find out on your own.
Excuse me?
Well, here, I'll give you the clinic's address. Maybe you can find out something.
Maybe? What's that supposed to mean?
Well, see, actually, it was gonna be annoying, I reckon. So I didn't actually go there. Well, that's the way the gumbo spoils, right?
Spoiled gumbo sounds... I mean, look, don't blame this on... Oh, never mind.
Looks like I don't have much of a choice. I was heading back to the city anyway, so I could check out this Hotti clinic while I'm there.
Phoenix, it's good to see you. I was really worried, so I thought I'd see how you were doing.
You might get caught on film again.
There are certain risks you have to take in life, or in my case, death. Anyway, how are you doing? Have you found anything useful?
Only a little. I think I'm slowly beginning to understand everything piece by piece.
Everything will resolve itself by tomorrow somehow. But there's still a whole slew of questions for you to answer before the trial tomorrow.
You mean like, how did the real murderer get into the room and kill Dr. Gray?
Yes. Also, when did the murderer enter the channeling chamber? You guys were all standing around in front of the room after the channeling started.
Which means the murderer must have gone into the room before the channel.
That's what I think in any case.
But Maya's already said that there wasn't anyone else in there.
That's true. But if we can't figure out the murderer's movements, we're stuck like a beached whale.
Is there anything you can tell me about channeling?
I thought I'd never see the day. Are you actually asking me about spirit channeling?
This case is all about spirit channeling. And I feel like I don't understand a thing about it.
Well, that's only natural. After all, spirit channeling isn't exactly an everyday thing, is it?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
The power to change your physical appearance into the person you're calling was something our ancestor, Mystic Ami Fey, acquired.
I've been hearing that name around the village.
The Fey family was originally a family known for its service to the gods. When Mystic Ami was born, she was given a certain fate through her name. You see, she was named after one of the Buddhas of Buddhism, Amitabha. To this day, her soul is still sealed in the Kurain sacred urn. It usually sits in the Winding Way, and even has her name written on it.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Phoenix. It's just a fairy tale.
Are you saying that me being able to see you is just a fairy tale too?
Anyway, I gotta go. I better see you later. Got that?
Yes, Chief. Alright, I might as well follow my freshest lead while I'm still in town. The Hotti Clinic.
So this is where Ini was hospitalized.
Yes. Are you here to visit a patient?
Yes. Are you a doctor here?
Yes. I'm Director Hotti.
I didn't think I'd be speaking with the director himself.
Yes. So what can I help you with,
I'd like to ask you a few questions about Miss Ini Miney.
Miss Miney? Miss Ini Miney? Yes. Oh, her! Oh, it's too bad. I'll tell you something. That girl left here a long time ago.
Here you are. You know you shouldn't be up and about. Come on, it's back to your room with you.
Sweetums, calm down. Calm down. Don't be so harsh on an old man like me.
Don't you dare start that Sweetums thing with me. If you don't behave, you'll get yourself tossed out of this hospital.
Wow. I didn't think nurses could be this direct or forceful towards their boss.
Come now, be a good boy and give me the director's white lab coat.
Okay, I got it. Yes. Yes.
Don't, yes, me. Who in the world are you?
I'm Director Hotti. Ho-ho!
The nurse went off somewhere. Oh, the inhumanity. Only person I can talk to is this guy. Ugh.
So, what exactly do you treat at this clinic?
Yes. We treat all sorts of doctor-y, clinical stuff. Yes.
Doctor-y, clinical stuff?
Well, I don't actually know or particularly care about the details. Yes. What does that look for? Yes. There's a really big general hospital around the corner. Yes. When they can't accommodate everyone, they move some of their patients here.
You do surgeries here, right?
Yes. We do some plastic surgery here, it seems.
Did you say that you knew Miss Ini Miney?
Now you're talking. Yes. That girl was transferred from the general hospital.
From the general hospital? To here? What kind of surgery did she need?
Yes. Well, no. You see, that is something... no, I can't tell you.
So you say with a happy smile on your face, Mr. Director.
See, there's this thing about how doctors aren't supposed to talk about patient stuff. It's in all those TV shows too, right? You've seen them, right? Yes?
I think he's talking about doctor-patient confidentiality, but there's no way he understands the full legal ramifications of that. Maybe I can use that to my advantage.
What's this?
I'm a lawyer. Right now, I'm investigating a murder.
Yes. What is with your angry face? Violence isn't the answer, Yes.
The trial is tomorrow, and I would really like some information from you.
Is that right? Well, you know, I think I can let you in on a little secret.
What's that?
Yes. Actually, I'm not the real director.
Are you kidding? Anyone with half a fly's brain knew that.
Eh? What do you mean?
Do I really have to explain this to him?
Well, hold on. I'll give you something. Real information, okay? I'm actually this clinic's. See, I'm like this place's walking dictionpedia.
You mean walking encyclopedia?
Yeah, that. And my specialty is in young, silky smooth, Hotti patients. There's nothing I don't know about them, but I get embarrassed when I talk about it. Anyway, you wanted to know about Miss Ini Miney, right? That girl. I remember her especially well. Really, especially Very well.
I think I'm going to be sick, but I need any information I can get.
Please tell me what you know about Miss Ini Miney.
Yes, I'll get to that. Trust me, I will. That girl, that's right. She was transferred here from the General Hospital. This was, yes, a year ago. She was one of those emergency cases.
What was she ill with?
Ill? No. She was injured, not ill. With my trained eye, I could see. Yep, I could see it was a huge wound at that. Her whole body was wrapped round and round in bandages, and her arm was in a cast.
That sounds pretty severe, all right.
Yes, it was an accident. An accident. They're scary, yes? Cars? Yes.
Car? You mean it was a traffic accident?
Yep. That's what gave her the terrible injuries. I swore it was in all the papers. Yes. I looked it all up, I did. It was terrible. Yes. That, was one heck of an accident. Yes, her whole face was burnt like bad toast. It was bad. Very bad.
Was it really that bad?
It was a good thing Miss Ini had a picture of herself. I heard that picture was how they put her face back together.
Picture?
That girl, see? She had just gotten her license. So, she just happened to have her license photo on her. Yes. So, see, I got her picture as a way to remember her. Yes. Well, more like swiped.
Breach of ethics much? Oh, wait.
What? A pretty girl like her. I bet she has lots of pictures of herself.
Sure.
Ew.
It's a treasure. My treasure. Precious. See?
What happened to the actual license itself?
Who knows? I didn't bother to ask. It probably got burned up along with the car. Yes.
So you looked up information on Ini's accident, correct?
Yep, sure did. Yes, I read every paper that covered it at the time.
What kind of accident was it? Do you remember?
Yes, hold on. I'll get it for you. The article, I mean.
You have it?
Well. Don't get me wrong. I thought something like this might come up, so...
Obsessive to the max. But I bet I could learn about how to stay on a lead from this guy. Ugh, I never want to say anything like that ever again.
Yes. Here we go. Yes. According to this, Miss Ini was in the passenger seat.
A passenger seat, huh?
And dozing. Or so it says. A strong jolt woke her up, and the next minute, a sea of fire was all around her. Miss Ini fought with the door, finally got it to open, and somehow managed to get away. It's been half a year since Miss Ini had her surgery and got better. She was discharged sometime in December last year.
So it's already been half a year.
Yes. So, how was I? I was a real help, wasn't I? Yes.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Yes. Well then, I'll be getting back to my room then. Tell Miss Ini I said hi, okay? Yes.
It's time for me to leave too. Yes. Okay, it's definitely time to leave. I should go talk to Ini Miney about this article. In the meantime, I better make sure I have a thorough understanding of what it says.
Highway of Nightmares, May 24th. Late last night, 2 women's car crashed into a highway center divide. One of the women was not able to escape the flaming wreckage and died at the site. Miss Ini Miney holds interview about crash. I was really tired and dropped off to sleep. Then there was this crash, and I woke up in a huge sea of flames. I was still half asleep, but I opened the right door and got out. I don't remember or anything else. Doctor lurking in the shadows. If Miss Ini Miney is to be believed, the one driving the car was her sister Mimi Miney. Mimi Miney was the nurse at Gray Surgical Clinic where 14 patients were accidentally overdosed to their death. Is this then just a mere coincidence?
Hey, so how was it? Did you go to the clinic?
Yeah, I found out a few things, I guess.
What's the matter? You ain't looking so well. Oh, yeah. So earlier, that old granny called the cops.
Cops? Why would Morgan call the police?
She said she had something to tell them. Things are sure getting interesting, but honestly, I tell you, that granny sure got her bloomers in a knot.
Well, I guess you could put it that way.
It always starts out small, you know. Stealing the master seat and controlling the village folk. And now you see what it's turned into. A murder, that's what.
Yeah, what a mess. Hey, hold on!
What?
That stuff you were just talking about, that's the first time I've heard of it.
Really? Well, it's old news to everyone else in the world.
Well, excuse me for not keeping up with gossip while I'm busy saving people. You said something about stealing the master's seat?
Yup. Right now, the master is this medium named Misty Fey. But the one that was really supposed to be the master was that old granny.
Morgan was supposed to become the master?
Way I hear it is, the master has always been the oldest daughter. And it turns out that old bat is Misty Fey's older sister.
Oh.
They say the older sister is usually the one with more spiritual power.
Come to think of it, Maya said the same thing a long time ago. She warned me not to take Mia's powers lightly.
Well, anyway, somehow, Granny there lost to her younger sister, Misty. This made the townsfolk turn against her, so I hear. Said all sort of things too, like she is the oldest and yet she doesn't have the power to be the next master. Disgraceful.
Wow, I had no idea.
So, what would have happened had Morgan been stronger?
Maya's family would have been the Branch family, I reckon.
I'll have to see what Morgan called the police about later.
Do you know where Ini is, Lotta?
Yeah, I saw her not too long ago. She's hanging around that garden in the middle of the manor.
Okay, thanks.
You got something to ask her?
Yeah, I've got a whole list of things only she can clear up for me.
Hey! Like, I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
I think I have enough evidence to finally unlock her secret.
Like, what's with that scary look on your face?
Please, tell me about the traffic accident.
Huh? Like, whose accident?
Your sister's accident. Naturally.
Oh yeah. So, like, that Dr. Gray guy made my sister fall asleep. And, like, that's all I have to say about that.
I'd also like to ask you about your own car accident.
Me? So, wow. Like, how strange. I have, like, no idea what you're talking about.
Would you take a look at this? It's a newspaper article from 1 year ago. It says Miss Ini Miney holds interview about crash. You suffered a very bad injury and had to be admitted to a hospital, correct?
Like, wait.
What now?
That's not me.
Huh?
I mean, like, this person has, like, the same name, but she's totally not me. My name, Ini Miney, is, like, pretty common.
What in the world are you babbling about? Your sister's name, Mimi Miney, is here too.
Like, totally. Wow, what a scary coincidence. I'm totally getting, like, goosebumps.
You think I'm going to let you get away with that?
So, like, now what? Like, do you have something that totally says I was hospitalized?
This is your proof.
Like, what's that picture supposed to mean?
I got this from the hospital where you were hospitalized at.
Uh-huh. So?
There was a certain patient there. He's quite a fan. As a memento of your stay, he stole this. I have to say, this photo looks like you.
That creepy fake director!
Now, are you ready to tell me about the accident?
Like, wait a sec. Okay, so, like, I was in an accident. Sure. But that's, like, totally not related to this murder.
Actually, it is. Look at this article. It says that one of the women died.
And?
I believe it was your sister, Mimi Miney.
Mimi.
You were riding in your sister's car while she drove. The two of you were together when your accident occurred, making it one and the same.
Yeah. I was riding in that car with my sister. We were, like, on our way home. I was riding in the passenger seat when I fell asleep. And then it happened. At the time, I grabbed for my purse and escaped from the passenger side door.
And your sister?
I, couldn't do anything. The car was full of smoke, and I couldn't see anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did Dr. Gray really cause that accident by drugging your sister with sleeping pills?
He was totally out to get my sister. He totally did that to, pay my sister back.
This does give Ini a good reason to want to murder Dr. Gray.
It seems simple, doesn't it?
What do you mean?
I know what you're thinking, but it would be very hard to catch me. Actually, I'd say impossible.
What?
I think you get the picture. I'm going to serve you a slice of humble pie. I hope you enjoy it.
Was it actually her? If so, that finally answers who, but I still don't have a solid grasp on how. And time is running out. Visiting hours at the detention center will be over soon. I might as well head back and see if I can come up with something with Mia's help.
Stop! Stop! Leave my mother alone!
Ow! Hey! Hold on, okay, pal? I'm not gonna hurt your mother!
Pearl, dear, it is perfectly all right. I will be out for a short while with this young man.
Mother! Please! Let me go too!
No. You must stay here and protect the manor.
But...
Oh, don't make that face! Hey, I'll tell you what. I'll show you something real cool. Yeah, look! It's a real pistol!
Detective, do not upset me further.
Ah, sorry!
Poor Gumshoe being dragged off by the ear like that by Morgan.
Mother! This has never happened before! Mr. Nick! I have a really bad feeling that I can't shake. I think something really bad is going to happen. I'm scared. I'm really scared, Mr. Nick.
Say something, Wright. Anything. I'm terrible at this.
Mr. Nick, what about Mystic Maya?
She'll be all right. I think I've gathered enough evidence.
Or at least all the evidence I'm going to find.
Mystic Maya. She must feel all alone. Please, Mr. Nick, go visit her. I'll be fine. Please. Mystic Maya needs you by her side.
Her stare is really piercing.
Okay, all right, I'm going now.
You kept me waiting, Phoenix.
Mia!
So, how are the preparations?
I think I have enough evidence and information now.
Everything will be on your shoulders tomorrow. Whether Maya is found guilty or innocent, it's a heavy weight to bear.
If memory serves, Mia had a few cyclocks of her own.
Mia, I'm going to get the last piece of information I need.
Sure. I welcome you to try. Phoenix, you think I'm hiding information about someone from you, is that right?
Yes.
All right then. Tell me who you think I'm protecting.
Morgan Fey, of course. There is no one else you would protect like this, Mia.
Well done. But while the murder was still being committed, my aunt was outside with everyone else, which means she already has an alibi.
That's true.
Show me some evidence that would cast suspicion onto my aunt.
Which piece? First and foremost, there's this black key. At the beginning of the channeling, Maya had possession of this key. And yet somehow, it magically ended up in the incinerator in the center garden.
You're right.
There's only one person who could have done that while I was busy calling the police. The person taking care of Maya. Morgan. What's that look mean?
Your argument is too flimsy. When did the key find its way into the incinerator? It could have happened long after the murder happened. Someone could have found the key somewhere and dumped it into the incinerator. That prosecutor would use something this small to shred your case. Do you have something other than just the key to cast suspicion on Morgan?
This is the other piece of evidence that points to Morgan as the culprit. I also found this in the garden incinerator. It's the same material as Maya's robe, except for the splotch of blood.
But this piece may not even be from Maya's outfit.
But this is what Maya told me. While I was channeling, the key was sitting inside my sleeve, and both this key and the piece of cloth were found inside the incinerator. Which means that this piece of cloth was part of Maya's outfit.
But when Maya was arrested, she was wearing her robes.
That just means someone changed her clothes.
Changed her clothes? But why?
I don't know why. But there is only one person who could have done that.
The one person who was taking care of Maya. My aunt. You did very well, Phoenix.
Thank you.
As long as you have those two pieces of evidence, you can cast suspicion on my aunt. However... Like I said in the beginning, my aunt has an alibi.
Yeah, she was with us the whole time.
Here's my final question. You don't have to present solid proof of this for me, but I want to know, if my aunt is the culprit, then how did she commit the murder?
How she did it, huh?
I want to hear your thoughts. In order for my aunt to murder Dr. Gray, who or what did she need?
Help. She needed help. Ini Miney specifically is the answer to the final question.
Which means that my aunt and Ini Miney
were in cahoots.
Something's been bothering me all this time. This crime was something no normal person could carry out. The person would have to know a lot about the Fey Manor and the village itself to do this.
But Morgan already has an alibi.
Yes, which is why I can't figure out how it was done. We can assume that Ini Miney is involved somehow.
But we have one big problem on our hands.
A problem? With what?
We don't have a motive for your aunt.
Why would Morgan want to kill Dr. Gray? Why would she have to?
Also, we don't really know for sure that she was cooperating with Ini. Mia doesn't have a clue either, huh?
Then there is only one possibility.
Huh?
Think about it, Phoenix. Why would my aunt do something like this? Why would she do it in such an underhanded fashion?
Because...
Mother. She is the one who holds the key to this.
Mother? Whose? Mine?
Don't be silly. Mine, of course. Misty Fey.
Mia and Maya's mother? Why would she bring her up now?
Now then, looks like we've gathered everything we could. All we have to do is win tomorrow. Everything will become apparent then.
Right, Chief. We won't lose.